Samira hurried over to the window that faced Jack Frost's ice castle. She narrowed her eyes and stayed very still. "Are you all right?" Rachel asked. "I am using my super sight," said Samira. "Thrilling thunderbolts. The air around the castle is green with flying goblins." "That proves it," said Rachel. "The crimson cape is there." "We have to go and get it," said Kirsty. "Until you have it back, Dragon Girl will be stuck in the underground tunnels with the mole, and no superheroes will be able to fly in any of their stories." "You are as brave as superheroes," said Samira. Rachel looked around. "How do we get out?" she asked. "There's no door." Samira beckoned them over to the window to stand beside her. "Press your hands against the glass," she said. Rachel and Kirsty placed their palms on the glass. For a moment it felt cool and hard. Then the glass seemed to ripple like water when you throw a stone into it. "My hands are going through the glass," said Kirsty, snatching them back. "Do not be scared," said Samira. "This is my way out." She went first, pushing her way through the glass until she was fluttering in the air on the other side. Rachel and Kirsty followed her. "That was what I think it must be like to walk through a waterfall," said Rachel. A few moments later, they were zooming towards Jack Frost's ice castle. As they got nearer, they saw goblins somersaulting and diving around the castle and the gardens. Every single one of them had a shiny green cape tied around his neck. The fairies watched as goblins bumped into walls, careered around trees, crash-landed in bushes, and smashed into frozen ponds. "Wands and wishbones," said Samira. "This is terrible. The goblins do not know how to use their powers. They are going to get hurt." "They do not seem to mind," Kirsty pointed out. "They are all giggling." She was right. Every single goblin was cackling and hooting as they tried out their new powers. Even the goblin who had crashed into the castle wall were lying on the ground helpless with laughter. "I do not think they are going to try to stop us," said Samira. "Now is our chance. We have to fly into the heart of the castle and find the missing objects." They flew forward, dodging the tumbling goblins, and landed side by side on the roof. At once they heard a loud snorting sound. "It is a wild monster," Samira exclaimed. "This looked like a job for a superhero." Rachel and Kirsty leaned over the turrets and peered down into the castle courtyard, and they could not help but laugh. "It is not a monster," said Kirsty. "It is a snorer." Samira leaned over the turrets too. Jack Frost was lying across a throne in the middle of the courtyard, covered in a little red blanket. His snores were echoing around the stone walls. "Do you think that is his comfort blanket?" Rachel asked. "It's very small." "Speckled sprites. That's not a blanket," Samira cried. "That is the crimson cape.